Next up, we have Void Symphony from the Void Stranger OST. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, support this channel as much as you want, but not at your own expense. Two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this track ever, so I will be pausing a lot as I will be pointing things out and explaining things as I hear them and as I realize them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take, so I might stumble upon my words. Whatever happens. So, with that being said, let's check this out. Void Symphony. Let's see what we got. We start with a retro synth doing arpeggios. So an arpeggio is when you play a chord one note at a time. This is very reminiscent of games like Final Fantasy. Very, very popular in this kind of sense. It's a very, very good way of starting a piece because it helps you drip feed the content and the material that you're using. So let's see. Oh, speeding up the arpeggios. Phoenix, remind me after this. Remind me after the song. Okay, so there we go. So we have now sped up the arpeggios in what we can call reduction. So reduction is exactly what just happened, right? Like we were playing slowly and now we're playing faster. It's the same concept that is happening. And at this point, I am tempted to say that this arpeggio, which arpeggio, this is how you spell it, is our motif. The motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the essence from which everything else comes from. So, I am tempted to say that the arpeggio is the motif. I could be wrong. We could still bring something else, but it's been 26 seconds, and just now we finally got our second layer of music, which is the bass line. We got a bass going on, so let's just see where it goes. Let's just see where it goes. Extreme, thank you for the $34, dude. Appreciate it. Remind me after that.
Eyes that gaze into the night. Bravely. Default.
Thank you so much. Remind me to check this afterwards. Remind me to check this afterwards. So, yes, let me go back a little bit because I ended up thinking that the donation sound was the same as the song. So we are engaging in what sounds to be either odd time signatures, or we are syncopating things and doing what is called rhythmic displacement. So we're doing either odd time signatures or rhythmic displacement. There's always been TTS for the PayPal donations. Anyway, oh, why did I say that out loud in the video? Anyway, so there is a somewhat big difference between odd time signatures and rhythmic displacement. So when it comes to music, you have three main components: melody, harmony, rhythm. When it comes to rhythm, we end up having something I am thinking of too many things at the same time. When it comes to rhythm is the use of time. Time being how long things happen, how fast, when they happen, that kind of thing. And rhythm is subdivided into measures or bars. These two are the same term. It just depends on which snob you're asking which one it is. And bars, measures, are defined by time signatures. Time signatures are made out of two numbers: upper number, lower number. For those of you who don't know, right? So upper number is going to be the number of beats. The lower number is going to be the type of beats or the type of notes. In English, it's pretty easy to remember, right? So whole note is 1, half note is 2, quarter note is 4, eighth note, is 8, 16th note is 16, so on and so forth. So in this case, upper number 4, we have 4 quarter notes. So that puts us in 4 quarter notes, and that is our measure. And we count those going 1 through 4. Super Ninja, welcome today. How you doing? So you get 1 through 4, you count 1 through 4, and then you count again based on whatever tempo you are using. But 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the concept of an odd time signature is that of having the time signature be something odd. So that could be something like a 5, 4, 7, 4, 7, 8, 5, 8, all that kind of stuff that ends up being odd. In other cultures, like in more Eastern cultures, odd time signatures are a little bit more common than they are in the West. But in the West, we just call them odd time signatures. The most famous odd time signature is 7, 8. And again, 8 is eighth notes. So, and the subdivisions, right? So one whole note contains 2 half notes, 1 half note contains 2 quarter notes, 1 quarter note contains 2 eighth notes, so on and so forth. So in a 4/4 bar, you have 8 eighth notes, or 2 half notes, or 1 whole note, or 16 16th notes. So it all adds up like that. So in a 7/8 bar, because of how much faster these tend to be, you end up engaging in subdivisions. Because counting 7/8 at a faster speed, because eighth notes are faster than quarter notes, it's usually going to be pretty difficult to just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, because of that 7 being 2 syllables. So the way we do is we engage in subdivisions. And 7/8 is the most famous one, which ends up being grouping in 2s and 3s. So you subdivide the eighth notes into groups of 2s and groups of 3s. The most famous one, 2 groups of 2 and 1 group of 3. And you end up counting these subdivisions individually. So instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you count 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And this applies to every other odd time signature. So if we have something like 5, 8, was a horrible 5, 5, 8, you can do a group of 2 and a group of 3. So you're going to count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And that's it. This is a way easier form, because at the end of the day, measures, time signatures, key signatures, it's all to be able to communicate with the player. And if there's something you want to be able to do with the players to make things as simple and easy to understand as possible, even if the concepts you're trying to do are more complicated. So when it comes to 7/8, so then again, we count 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we count 7/8 with the subdivisions, instead of having to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we can just start going. Let's say this group that we have over here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. And it becomes a lot easier to understand. Now, where am I going with all this? So odd time signatures end up having that sense of displacement, because we're not meeting up that 4/4 time signature that most Western music is based off of. However, when you add more odd time signatures, you end up having a lot of the stuff. Because, for example, we can do different combinations of 7/8 in succession. So we can do, for example, 2, 2, 3, which is the one we have here, followed by 2, 3, 2, followed by 3, 2, and 2. And now we have 3 bars, the 3 main combinations of 7/8. So if I were to do these all in a row and repeat them twice, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that is, I missed the other 2, but whatever. So you can end up having a bunch of very displaced rhythms with this kind of thing, or you can engage in other forms of rhythmic displacement using something called syncopation. Syncopation is usually a lot simpler. Syncopation just means you are playing against the given beat. And there are many ways of overlapping this. You can engage in polyrhythms, which a polyrhythm is just you put more than one rhythm against each other. In this case, considering that there's only 2 layers of music right now, I think we're just engaging in odd time signatures. We're just using odd time signatures. We are slowly complicating. Like, we started with the arpeggios, with that synth, very, very straightforward, very simple, and we are slowly complicating things. Because just look at all this stuff, right? So we are slowly complicating the concepts so that we can continue with what we were doing. So in the case of this, right? Because one more concept and we continue playing, right? So when you're making music, you want a very careful balance between what is new and what is familiar. Too much familiarity, too much repetition, you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new stuff too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, and they tune out. So how did the composer here ease us into the sound of the odd time signatures? He gave us the chords, the arpeggios first, in a very simple way, and then started complicating. Because first we got them nice and slow, we got eased into it, then we got sped up, then we introduced the odd time signatures, and it was done in such a smooth way that I don't feel like I'm in too unfamiliar territory. So it was very, very well done. Let's see where this goes. Now we have a second one giving us chords. Okay, this is really cool. So we have now what is called a crossfade. So here, a crossfade, you heard it, right? The main synth giving us the arpeggios was getting more and more and more complicated, and it was slowly being turned down in volume, while the second synth, this one giving us those really nice block chords, like very powerful chords doing what I guess could be accents. So accents in music is not to figure out where somebody's from, it's for accentuation, which is to highlight specific parts of the rhythm. And this was the chords that was giving us that sense of odd time signatures. So it could be polyrhythmic, it could be syncopated. It all depends on how the composer wrote it. It can be done either way. So yeah, and it's giving us and I really like that. Even though these are very retro synths, we are still getting that very iconic boom kind of thing that you get from so many movies nowadays. But because it's the retro synth, it doesn't sound overly played out. Let's see where it goes. Okay, and now we introduce our another motif now, which is a variation of the arpeggios that we had. It's just that some of the notes are a little bit more displaced in the rhythm. It's a lot brighter. It's a lot brighter in sound. It's a very, very heavy contrast to what we just got. That was a very interesting intro. Intro is over, and now we move on to this next part. This is fascinating. Let's see where it goes. So still using those same. There it is back. With the bass playing continuously now. And with the other synth playing those melodies in the back as well. I really, really like how every single musical idea so far has been eased into the listener's ears. whenever the composer introduces something new, the composer has given it a fair spotlight to it. And then we incorporate it into the soup. It's like we are making a stew and we are showing you how we're chopping each individual ingredient before putting it into the mix. This is great, man. This is a really, really good way of introducing elements. Let's see where it goes. And we introduce the drums with the melody is based. So yeah, the arpeggios were our motif, and now we are engaging in rhythmic. Like the main difference between the arpeggios and the melodic motifs have been rhythmic displacement. We're just elongating every note a little bit. Every couple of notes are getting elongated a little bit more, so that now instead of sounding like an arpeggio, it's sounding like a melody. I'll sound like this, for example. The Undertale can still be made fully like 8-bit synths and then still sound so full that you cannot forget that it says 8-bit synthesizer. The difference is, and this one is pretty simple as to why. The difference is, Jesus, what bad time to burp. The difference is that 8-bit synthesizers, synths back in the day, were limited to 3 layers tops. Thomas, welcome today. How you doing? 3 layers tops. Nowadays, that's no longer an issue, and these are not. These are like late 8-bit, early 16-bit. Because yes, Dennis, welcome today, man. Yes, we're doing a Q bash. So yes, we're having this now. And 8 bits used to be limited to 3 layers of sound in general. That meant the music and the sound effects. So 3 layers of sound in general versus however many you can possibly dream of nowadays are very, very, very big a difference. So what I thought was user synthesis in music creation in general, it's a tool. It's a tool and it works. So yeah, with this you can add more layers, and if you can add more layers, you can make it sound more full. And if you compose it right, which so far it has been, you can make it sound like an entire symphonic movement, which is kind of happening right now. Let's see where this goes. Avoid Symphony, there you go. Because we are getting... And we are having 2 melodies right now. We're having one at the very top, one in the middle, doing what is called counterpoint. Counterpoint is the use of melodies, how they interact with each other. And in this case, we are having one melody in the middle, giving us a variation, and then another one at the top, giving us another variation. And both of them are engaging in counterpoint. They are independent melodies from one another, but they are working together in spite of not being the same thing. It's tricky to do counterpoint, but it's working really, really nicely. I really like the drums, how... I just love how drums can add so much to a piece of music. It really is incredible. So let's see where this goes. There you go. Look at that. Very lovely. So yeah, now we are high up in the... we're now higher up in the register, and we are engaging in a very lovely use of orchestration. So, Araria Mathin, I don't know. But orchestration, instrumentation, these are, not just picking the right instruments for the right sounds and everything, but it's also about filling up the range of sound that we have. Because when it comes to sound, there's a bass, there's a higher level, like bass, middle, treble, that kind of thing. And when it comes to human beings, we have an overall listening range of 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Hertz is just the frequency of the audio waves. And this is the range that we are built for. Most people past the age of like 10 will no longer have this. Like most people will be maybe in the range of like 25, maybe 30, maybe even 40 hertz, down to like 19 or 18,000 hertz, which, you know, it's just a wear and tear kind of thing. The eardrums don't heal as well, or we don't really have a way of healing eardrums the way other things happen. But the point here is there is a big range of sound with that, and if you orchestrate things well, you are creating a vertical structure that spreads throughout all this range, and the better you do it, the better the more symphonic it's going to sound. Because then you are going to feel it sounding whole, which is exactly what is happening here. We are filling up that range very, very, very nicely. So it kind of sounds like you walk through the floors and that you sit in one puzzle 30 minutes straight without minding because it's vibing so much kind of thing. Yeah, let's see. And most importantly, the arpeggio has changed. Instead of going up and down, no, it's going all the way up and resetting, all the way up and resetting, all the way up and resetting. We've finally, after 2 minutes, we finally changed the arpeggio. I didn't even notice. That's how smooth this is. I barely even noticed just now that the arpeggio changed. This is really good. This is really good. Let's see where it goes. And interestingly enough, some of the higher sounds are not coming from where you would expect them in the range. Because we're having the main melody pretty high in the front, but then you're having even higher melodies doing harmony and counterpoint and everything on the sides, further down the back, further more quietly, giving you that extra. As I said, you're filling up that entire spectrum. But we are doing it very subtly. And this is just highlighting things even more. This is awesome. This is awesome. Let's see where it goes. Oh. There we go. And we go back. What a good way of coming back to this part. You just remove the layers, let the drums do a couple of things, a bass, and that's it. That was such a simple transition that goes to show of the concept of less is more. There are so many ways that this could have transitioned into this next part, and it's just, yeah. Let's see where this goes. Hello, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Welcome to the Mosh Pit. We're vibing again with this section that we heard before. So, this bit over here that we just had is called a recapitulation. So, recapitulation, which is just revisiting old material under the context of having already listened to new material before. It's a very, very good way of filling up more space and giving you extra spice. Because now you have the taste of the previous section before this one. So, really, that's very well made. Very, very well made. Let's see where it goes. Harmonized. So yeah, you can hear here that we've gone back down to just the arpeggios, and now there are 2 layers of them playing at the same time in what is called parallel motion. So when it comes to counterpoint, there are 3 overall. That's okay, Earl. That's okay. There are 3 overall types of motion when it comes to 2 comparing two melodies at the same time. There's parallel, there's similar, and there's contrary. These are the three main types of motion. So parallel just means both melodies are doing the exact same thing. Similar means that the melodies are mostly doing the same thing, like the overall direction is the same. And then contrary just means they are doing the opposite. Those are the three main types of motion that we have, and right now we are engaging in parallel motion, which can also be known as harmonization. It's making it sound very beautiful. It's a very, very simple concept, and basically the way it's working right now is that when you harmonize, you're just playing whatever chord you can, right? Because as I said, arpeggio, you are playing the chord one note at a time, which means the chord is going to have several notes. A chord is basically a vertical stack of notes, while a melody is a horizontal stack of notes. So if we have an arpeggio of 3 notes, those are all going to have octaves, which means these 3 notes are going to have the same 3 notes higher up and the same 3 notes lower down. So if you engage in arpeggio, you can go from here to here to here, all the way up to here, all the way up to here, and then you can go back down and you can engage in this. And if you do a harmonization, you can do the same thing just with the other one, because at the end of the day, they are the same chord. So you can just have the same thing and you end up with parallel motion. With harmonization, which is exactly what is happening over here. We just introduced a second layer of the same motif, but it's now part of the chords. Let's see where it goes. And there we go. We bring back the melody. And the melody now engaged in octave displacement. So we have octave displacement. When it comes to music, octaves is just that you have a scale and the scale repeats infinitely. In Western music, you take 7 notes, and those 7 notes are going to be your scale, and those get repeated over and over and over again. Each time they repeat, it is an octave. An octave displacement just means you are going from one octave to another. So let's say, for the sake of simplicity, we have notes 1 through 7, 5, 6, 7 in our scale. And again, they repeat over and over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And instead of 8, we do back to 1. And back to 1. So octave displacement would be, if we take a melody, let's say melody is 1 over to 2, over to 3, over to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have that as our melody. Octave displacement is if at any point we take these 4 notes and we do them anywhere else. So let's say the melody repeats twice. The first time we do it here, second time we bring it up here. It's technically the same notes, we're just in a different octave. That is octave displacement, and that is precisely what has just happened. The melody started down here, and now it's coming up here, and now that's where we are. Now that's where we are. Let's see where this goes. Ooh, very nice. Back to those very beautiful harmonized arpeggios. Very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. And I like how the composer is giving us time to just soak in the accompaniment. Accompaniment is usually the backing track, the backing band, and it's just really, really nice to just enjoy these chords. This is very beautiful, man. This is very, very beautiful. Let's see where it goes. Back to the melodies, another recapitulation. Pure vibe. back to this. We changed the drum beat. We are repeating the same thing, we just changed the drum beat, and hear how much of a difference this has. I will always mention this one. One of the best way, or one of the most notorious ways of changing your drum beat, how much your rhythm section drum beat can affect things. Listen to the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater. The guitar is doing the exact same thing throughout an entire minute, and it's the rest of the instruments that change. And oh boy, is it a big difference, man. It's insane. Let's see where this goes. Oh, it's really good. There's the second melody. Hell yeah. And the melody is based off of the arpeggio and the motif. It's a really, really good way of using the motifs. It's just really, really beautiful. Let's try that out there. There you go. Yep, mirror's been mentioned. Yeah, there you go. All right, how are you gonna end this? Because we are now back here. Okay, we're gonna need them further high. Okay, and we fade it out. So, my guess here is that this just repeats indefinitely in the game. Yeah, it loops infinitely in the game. Okay, so yeah, so this repeats indefinitely until something interrupts it. This is very, very common for 8-bit, 16-bit themed. So the fade out here is because at some point the YouTube video had to end, not because the song wasn't... I mean, the song has no end. This track has no end because it's built like that. And as much as I dislike the idea of that, it makes sense within the game. So it doesn't really take away anything from the piece. So there you go. So yeah, we just continue and continue. We bring back, we loop back and forth. These very, very beautiful melodies, very beautiful, and it's still done with like 8-bit, 16-bit stuff. Really, really, really good. There you have it. That was Void Symphony from the Void Stranger OST. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube archive video thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, become a member, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Support this channel as much as you want, but not at your expense. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it down in the description. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, go to the Discord. The LFA requests channel is there. Follow the instructions on the pinned messages and just take it from there. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you want to know what time that is for you, linked in the description are the Twitch and Discord. They both have the stream schedule showing in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel. Games Are Basterd. That's where we put the VODs of our after shows whenever they happen. Link down below, or just search for it. It's the same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. That was Void Symphony from the Void Stranger OST. Very, very, very impressive, man. Very impressive. But yeah, let's move on.